Well, hi Libras. Welcome to Quickie Tarot. Hey, hi, this is me. For those of you who have never seen me on camera, I'm going back to being on camera for a while. Let's see how that goes. The audio, I do apologize for. I have a new camera coming. This is a new camera. I have a new camera coming, though, by Logitech. Really good company to work with because they decided this is a faulty camera. So, I still want to get your readings out to you, though, because it'll be a few days before I get that camera here. So let's get started. Let's find out what is in store for our Libras. Please, universe, what is in store for our Libras? What is in store for our Libras? Okay, let's see what we have here. So we have plenty to get started. So let's do that. So, Libras, the overall energy of this reading is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is the card for Earth signs, so there might be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius in your chart someplace or around this reading. But more importantly, it's about security, groundedness, stability. This is a male or female energy, if it is one of the zodiac signs that's around this reading. This Queen of Pentacles is looking into this pentacle, trying to figure out how to obtain that security, stability, and groundedness that you so much desire. Surrounds the whole reading. Up here in your highest energy, lucky you, the Judgment card. Oh my gosh, a spiritual lesson. This is in your highest energy, and spiritual lessons are hard to learn. Usually it takes more than one time of having a spiritual lesson to learn what the lesson is. And usually once that lesson is learned, then you can move on to what you want to do next. So this is the universe, blowing the horn down on you, trying to teach you a lesson. And it definitely has to do with love, because the Queen of Cups is right next door to it. And the Queen of Cups, this is possible water sign. So the water sign would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You might have one of those in your chart. They might be around this reading someplace. But more importantly, it's about this queen looking into that cup. This is the only cup in the deck that has a lid on it. And the lid has little windows all the way around it. What the queen's trying to peek in, she's trying to peek in the windows, okay? So male or female, if this is a zodiac sign, a water sign, I just want to point that out. But you personally, whether you have water sign or not, are trying to get answers to love questions. And this cup is full of those answers. So this is sitting right next to the Judgment card. So this tells me that your judgment has to do with love. You need to learn something about what love is, or how, I don't know, I need to move on. I need to read on here, because it has to do with these questions that you have about love. Maybe you don't even believe in love. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you're still thinking about the past loves. Your guess is as good as mine, because I've only read 3 cards. So let's keep reading. Right next to the Queen of Cups is the Temperance. Now, Temperance, this is the card for Sagittarius. This is maybe Sagittarius in your chart, might be Sagittarius around the reading. But it's mostly about the energy of this card. And the energy is looking again, guardian angels and spirit guides, trying to help you get balanced, trying to help you overcome and get more balance in your life. Okay, so these 3 are in your highest energy, Libras. The Queen of Pentacles is surrounding this whole reading. So from what I can see here so far, is what you're seeking and looking for is love. Okay, everybody wants love. I mean, real love, not pretend love or You want long-lasting love. Okay, so you need to get balanced. You want security. You want stability with your love. You don't just want one without the other. You want both. And I can't, that's what everybody wants. Well, most people. And temperance is trying to help you get balanced here so that you can allow this to happen. The judgment card is here because there is a spiritual lesson. And that spiritual lesson is in this cup. This Queen of Cups holds, male or female. And it's an answer. It's something that you need to figure out by looking into that cup. And it has to do with love. Under the judgment card, there's a 10 of wands. This judgment has been a burden, okay? They always are. I mean, they're never easy. So it's been a burden, but this is the 10 of wands. There's no 10 of wands. So I think you're learning. I think you're getting it. I think there's something that is dawning on you that's going to allow you to drop those wands. So when the 10 of wands comes up, that's too heavy of a burden, and eventually you just have to drop them. It's so I don't know how many times this lesson is that they have tried to teach you this lesson, but this time you're going to be able to drop those wands. It's on one side of the Queen of Pentacles so that you can obtain your security, stability, and groundedness, and on the other side of the Queen of Pentacles is this 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is under temperance, trying to help you get balanced. You've been feeling trapped in this energy of, it's like looking back on love, or it's not believing in love, something like that. You've been feeling trapped in this energy, but this is a card of illusion. The illusion is that you can walk out of this situation at any moment. The feet aren't bound. The mouth is not bound. You can ask for help. You can walk out. And so this is what temperance wants you to do in order to be balanced. You need to get away from this 8 of Swords energy. But you're going to, because the 10 of Wands is over here. Under the 10 of Wands, we have the 7 of Wands. This is blocking. For one thing, you've been blocking putting down those wands. You like carrying those wands. I'm sorry. But you've been kind of blocking learning this spiritual lesson in order to put those wands down. So you're also blocking dealing with all that confusion that you have about love. You have a lot of confusion about love. It's like, why do I always pick the wrong cup? Look at the 7 of Cups. There's so many cups there, and they all have something else in them besides love. So this is what you're second guessing is like. I think that this is really from picking the wrong cups of love. We all have, believe me. Well, maybe not all of us. There's a very rare few who, get married to their high school sweetheart, and they're still sweethearts after 70 years. But yeah, you've been blocking this lesson about love. You've been blocking clearing up this confusion. You've been in this state of feeling trapped in the confusion about love. That's what it's talking about. So then we have the Magician here. So the Magician here is here to help temperance. The Magician is here to help you, to help reveal things to you so that you can move on. It's time. I can feel it in these cards. It is time for you to move on. It's time for you to actually be able to be free to obtain the things that you've been wanting so badly. Okay? So the Magician's here. Like, voila, look at these cups. It's right next to all those cups, all that confusion about love. So the Magician is pointing out, for one thing, that these cups that you have picked before, there was no room for love in them. It wasn't your fault. If you're blaming yourself, it wasn't your fault. There just wasn't any room. You might have been able to spot that or recognize that a little sooner than maybe you did, but it's just the way it was. And the Magician is also pointing out the 8 of Swords is right above the Magician, that you've been stuck in this energy. So it's revealing things to you, and it's pointing. The magician is pointing right to the strength card. This is really important. This is the card for Leo. So Leo could be in your chart or around this reading. But it's really important because it's about that infinity symbol here too. So that it's a card of knowing, it's a card of intuition. You know, okay, now you know. If you didn't know, you know, because the magician's pointing to it, that you have the answers that you've been looking for. You know the answers to your questions. That's in the Queen of Cups up here. And in order to get what you want to achieve here, you're going to have to reach deep down. And maybe you already have. Really, really deep. And pull out the strength in order to do it. For one thing, you have to get out of this Eight of Swords energy. That takes strength. I mean, it's like going blind. That takes strength. Because this figure is blindfolded. They don't know. They can't see the swords around them. But they're feeling trapped. But it's like moving out of that situation, whether you can see ahead or not. It's just pulling out the strength and doing it. I need more cards for Libra's reading, please. Let's see what we have here. Ten of Swords. Well, the Ten of Swords. Okay, so I'm starting to do the second round here, card by card. So the Ten of Swords is right above the Strength card. By reaching deep inside, you know that you'll be able to release these swords, all these swords. We were just talking about that Eight of Swords. Now we have the Ten of Swords. There's no Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is about the cycle out. It's on the same line with Ten of Wands. You know, if you think about it, and you have this intuition, you have this gut feeling on how you can handle this, go with it because of that infinity symbol. It's right next to the Magician, that infinity symbol. These two cards, look, they both have that infinity symbol. Use your intuition and follow your inner guidance. That will lead you where you want to go. A lot of great advice in these cards. Also, the Hierophant. So the Hierophant came out in your highest energy. And the Hierophant, this is about traditional values and traditional morals. The Hierophant's about commitment. I think this is about making a commitment to yourself. This is about it's very spiritual. The Hierophant is right next to Temperance. I think Temperance wants you to follow your inner spirit. It's very traditional in the sense that what you want is very traditional. And I think in order for you to achieve it, you're going to have to get balanced. And that's what Temperance is here for. And the Hierophant tells me this is totally possible. This Strength card, you need to walk away from whatever's been holding you back. And it's going to take strength in order to do it. That's why Temperance is here, to really help you to do it. You need to get out of that energy of the confusion about love. You need to stop worrying. You need to stop thinking about where you went wrong, or that you don't believe in love anymore. Whatever the deal is here, even though you want security and stability, there might have been a walking away that caused all this to happen. There was a breakup, or someone walked away or walked out of your life. You need to get that behind you. You need to deal with it. The Knight of Wands, right next to the Ten of Swords, right above the walking away. This Knight of Wands, male or female, is the energy of someone who runs in and out of your life. And they usually flip it upside down, every time they leave. They run in with a staff of new beginnings. They run out with a staff of passion. That you're still stuck in that energy. And then it looks like they ran out and never came back. Oh gosh. You need to move on. You need to move on to get what you want. But you're learning. You got Temperance here and your Judgment. This is a spiritual lesson. All this happened to teach you how to, be grounded and be secure in yourself. None of this was your fault or anything. All this is possible. Everything that you want is possible. You just need to do a little bit of work here. And then we have the star card and healing. Not only work, but you got to do healing. Right next to the Hierophant. Very spiritual card, the star. This is the card for Aquarius. So Aquarius been involved or is part of your one of your zodiac signs. This is healing to your bare bones. This is what's been going on. This is what you've been doing lately. You've been healing right to your bare bones. And then we had the Four of Cups that came out. And the Four of Cups, this is like, I think you wanted this Knight of Wands, male or female, to run back in, and they refused your cup. Now, that makes a lot of sense why you would be so confused with all these Seven of Cups over here. They refused it. They just ran off somewhere else. You know, that's what they do. So they're disrupting somebody else's life. And this is what you're healing from. But look, there's 3 cups right in front of you on the ground here. You don't have to look at that other cup. But they refused. I think they refused your cup here, that you tried to get them to walk back, to turn around and walk back after they walked out, and it just didn't happen, Libra. I'm sorry. But it's for your best, because the whole universe, there's a reason. The whole universe wants you to move on. Two more cards. So we had the this is a reminder card. This is how they treated you. The Knight of Wands. The Six of Pentacles. They threw your scales off balance, Libra. You can't take that. Libras can't take that. And boy, did it. And you also got breadcrumbs out of this relationship with the Knight of Wands. You didn't get what you should have got from the Knight of Wands, male or female. And then, next to the star card, look what we have here. The King of Wands. This is what you want. This is what you're going to attract in by healing. You're going to attract the King of Wands. Now, this is possible fire energy, the Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So we have Sagittarius, could be twice in this reading. So it's on the other side of the star card. The thing about the King of Wands, that is the staff of new beginnings. You have a whole new beginning. I'm surprised the World card or the Wheel of Fortune or something didn't show up here, because you are entering a whole new life cycle, because you're learning a spiritual lesson. So Libras, this was your reading, and I thank you so much for watching Quickie Tarot.